Imagine needing help, whether it's mental guidance, for instance, or even addiction assistance, but affordability is the issue. That's where the Central Florida Behavioral Health Network can help as the managing entity to ensure that services are provided at the right time, in the right amount, and at the right level. CFBHN is, of course, led by Alan Davidson, who is joined today by Hillsborough Recovery Coalition's Michael Gleeva. Welcome to the show, gentlemen. Good to see you both. You know, I've loved talking with you and learning about the great work that you're able to do with bringing all of these entities together. Sure. Yeah. Give us an idea of why that's important and why you invited Michael here today.
Sure. So Central Florida Behavioral Health Network is a managing entity. We're one of 7 managing entities in the state. And think of us like an insurance company for the uninsured. These people who are down on their luck and don't have a payer source to fund some of the care that they need for mental health services, they can come and get some of that care for free. And we fund services from Pasco County down to Collier, over into Hendry and Glades, and up into Polk, Collins, and Hardy. So 14 counties, keeps us busy. I'm running all over these counties, right? And one of the providers that we fund is Hillsborough Recovery Coalition and the executive director, Michael Gleeva.
Well, and I'm excited to learn more, Michael. Talk about yours. I mean, I think both of you were shaking your head when I was talking about the worst situation is someone wanting help and then having to say no because of finances, and that's where you're able to come in and help, right?
Absolutely. So yeah, Hillsborough Recovery Coalition, we are Hillsborough County's first recovery community organization. All of our employees, including myself, are peers, and so what that means is people with lived experience in addiction and recovery who get to walk alongside of our participants, meet them where they're at, and help them kind of in any way that we need to, whether that's finding safe and supportive housing, whether that's getting connected in the recovery community, whether that is getting connected to treatment or other services, or if it's just being an ear to listen to what's going on and support in that way. We get to do that entirely for free at no cost to the participant. And really, it's all about building that connection. I'm a person in long-term recovery myself. About 7 years ago, I was living out of my car. You know, nobody would speak to me. I burned every bridge, had no job, had no money, and got the opportunity to go to treatment. And I had already been 9 or 10 times before. But the thing that was different this time is that when I got out, I got connected to other people who were in recovery, who had that experience, who could say, you know, I've been there, or, you know, listen to my story and say, hey, it's not that bad, I've heard worse. And, you know, kind of support me through my journey, you know, support me into finding housing, finding a job, reconciling with my family, building my own family. And that's what we get to do at HRC. Well, we get to build that connection.
And I'm so glad, and I didn't mean to cut you off there, no. but I too have addiction in my family, so I'm passionate. I love being able to use this platform and talk about it. Why is it that your approach, looking at people who are in recovery as peers, why did that not only work for you, but then be able to work for your organization, and then of course be able to have the support of Alan and his team?
Absolutely. So it's because we come from a different perspective. So we're not clinical, we're not medical, we're just people who have the experience. And so the relatability is different than, say, a clinician or a doctor. And we get to walk alongside and say, hey, here's what works for me. Maybe it works for you, maybe it doesn't. If something else works, let's figure out how to put you in that direction.
Oh, I'm so glad I was able to learn about what you're able to help the community. Congratulations on your road to recovery as well. Alan, again, another great organization that I know you're passionate about.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Oh, you know what? We want to make sure and share contact information right now. CFBHN can be reached at hopeforsuncoast.org. The Hillsborough Recovery Coalition can be reached at the phone number and website you also see on your screen there. Again, gentlemen, thank you for this important conversation.
Thank you so much.